Tonight, we have learned of 2 more tornadoes that touched down in northeast Ohio during Tuesday's storms. That brings the total to 4 in less than an hour.
First, an EF1 in Summit County with winds reaching up to 104 miles per hour. The National Weather Service says its path was more than 3 miles long, stretching from Richfield through the Cuyahoga Valley National Park. Luckily, no one was hurt.
And the 4th, an EF1 just confirmed in the past few hours. This was out east, stretching from Kirtland to Chesterland with winds whipping up to 110 miles per hour. And good evening. Russ Mitchell along with Lena Lai. Christy has the night off.
Tonight, First Energy is saying it is dealing with the most impactful storm to hit the area in more than 3 decades, as hundreds of thousands are still without power tonight.
42,000 customers in Lake County are without power. The highest outages are in Mentor with more than 9,000. Willoughby Hills with 4,600. Willoughby with 4,200 and East Lake with 3,500.
Meanwhile, 21,000 outages in Geauga County, Chester Township with 4,700 and Chardon with 2,000. And a total of 11,000 homes and businesses without power in Lorain County, including 5,500 in Avon and 4,400 in Avon Lake.
However, Cuyahoga County is seeing the most significant number of outages. Kaitor K is in Lakewood with those numbers. Kaitor, good evening.
Hey, good evening, Russ. So across Cuyahoga County, 168,000 people remain without power. And I'll break down those numbers further for you. In Cleveland, 55,000 still have no power. And here in Lakewood, 20,000. And in Parma, 16,000. But it could be a while before power is turned back on.
We've restored power to more than 200,000 people already. That's a huge number, but we still have 250,000 to go.
First Energy working around the clock to restore power in the wake of Tuesday's historic storms. The masses wondering when will power return.
We expect customers to be back on by Wednesday. That, I know, sounds like a long time, but a lot of customers, thousands of customers, will come on before then.
Spokeswoman Hannah Catlett telling 3 News restoration efforts have been extremely challenging. The broken traffic lights slowing down their crews just the start of their problems.
We got to get the trees out of the way. There are more than 300 broken poles and counting.
So many vulnerable people left in the dark as they wait for the light, like 73-year-old Thomas Pattison, who lives on the 5th floor of a Willoughby Hills apartment with no working elevator. As a blind man that uses an oxygen tank, he said he couldn't stay there, and firefighters helped him relocate to a hotel.
There was no lights, no emergency lights. The place was pitch black. I tried to get down the steps in the pitch black, which is a disaster for me because I keep falling.
He, like thousands, stunned to hear power may not return until August 14th.
I just heard that, and I go, holy mackerel.
First Energy says they have just over 3,000 power line workers working across the region to restore the power, and then they have another 1,000 forestry workers cutting down trees, and they've also recruited workers from 4 outside states to help in these restoration efforts. Russ.
Okay, Kaitor K. Thank you.
Now let's take you to Geauga County, where residents aren't just dealing with storm cleanup. Brian McCrae spoke with residents who are dealing with a much messier issue amid power outages.
3 days after a dramatic storm swept through parts of northeast Ohio, some in Geauga County are still grappling with their new reality.
Like living like the Amish. They're with the electricity all the time.
Louis Jensency, now retired, spends much of his time in his garage working on his machines. And since Tuesday, he's been using this tiny generator to power his home.
I have some work to do and I can't do any work because there's no power, period. So that's my dilemma.
And while Jensency worries about his hobbies, his neighbors are concerned about something just as pressing.
Take 3 days and, just a lot of, running places to use from bathroom facilities.
Terry Sligo and his family of 5 are living without power or generator. He says the lack of electricity has made it impossible to run their septic system.
Hauling water to use the toilets in here, but at that point, the septic tank itself will not pump, the overflow back. So You can only do that so long before you run into problems.
Sligo now hopeful his power will be restored sooner rather than later.
Finish the cleanup and get the branches out of the way, and maybe some return to normalcy.
Man, returning to normalcy, that's what people here in Geauga County just want. We were at Giant Eagle earlier today, and people there actually went to the grocery store not to shop for food or bread. They were going there to use the bathroom. We're here right now at this gas station because we were here all day and seeing people coming here just to fill up gas containers so they can fill up those generators so they can power their homes throughout the night. Lena?
All right, Brian McCrae reporting for us live from Chesterland. Brian, thank you.